Welcome to today's news. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Noreen. Here are the latest trending news stories from across the globe. Let's dive into today's top headlines. President Trump announced US-Iran talks and defended tariffs in meeting with Netanyahu. President Trump warned China of 50% extra tariff if it keeps new 34% tax on US goods. Trump warned against panic as markets crashed and tariffs shook global economy. Deadly storms and floods killed 20 people across the South and Midwest. Jay North, the star of the original Dennis the Menace series, passes away at 73. Governor Hochul announces final stages of Sullivan County Airport revamp. Mayor Adams tackles illegal flavored e-cigarette sales with federal lawsuit against 9 distributors. American teen shot dead in Israeli-occupied West Bank amid Netanyahu's visit to Trump. South Sudan criticizes US visa revocation. Thousands of Bangladeshi students join global strike in solidarity with Gaza. Putin congratulates Alex Ovechkin for breaking NHL goal record. And Messi scores but Inter Miami draws 1-1 with Toronto FC. You were listening to headlines, now news in detail. President Trump confirmed that the United States would start direct talks with Iran. He made the announcement during a meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Trump said the talks would begin April 12, 2025 and called it a very big meeting. He said we will see what can happen. Trump and Netanyahu also discussed US tariffs on Israeli goods. The US will start charging a 17% tariff on Israeli imports from April 9. Netanyahu said Israel would quickly remove the trade deficit and other trade barriers with the US. He promised we will eliminate the trade deficit with the United States very quickly. The leaders also talked about the Gaza conflict and Israel's renewed military action after the fragile ceasefire ended. Many hostages remain held by Hamas and fighting in Gaza continues. Before the meeting, Trump joined a call with French President Macron, Egyptian President Sisi and Jordan's King Abdullah. It was Netanyahu's second White House visit since Trump became president in January. Trump said he had a good lunch and meeting with Netanyahu and called him the best president Israel ever had. The White House cancelled a planned news conference without explanation. President Trump has warned that the United States will add a 50% tariff on Chinese imports if China does not cancel its plan to impose a 34% tariff on American products. In a Truth Social post, Trump said any country that retaliates with more tariffs will face even higher US tariffs. He clearly said that if China does not withdraw its new 34% tax by April 8, 2025, the US will apply the extra 50% tariff starting April 9. This means the total tariffs on Chinese goods could rise to 104%, including previous tariffs of 20% and 34%. Last week, China announced its own 34% tariff on US products, which will begin April 10. Trump also spoke with Japan's Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba and said Japan must treat the US more fairly in trade. On April 2nd, Trump announced reciprocal tariffs on imports from 90 countries. He called that day Liberation Day and said the new taxes will fix trade imbalances. Experts warned that US consumers could pay around $3,789 more each year due to these tariffs. Economists also believe this trade conflict may raise inflation and hurt the economy. President Trump warned people not to panic as global stock markets continued to fall. Markets dropped sharply after China responded to Trump's tariffs. New York's stock indices fell over 3% and Asia suffered even more. Hong Kong's Hang Seng crashed 13.2% and Tokyo's Nikkei dropped 7.8%, the worst since 1997. A 10% global tariff had already started on April 5. Higher duties, 34% on Chinese goods and 20% on EU products, will begin on April 9. Trump posted online that these tariffs were long overdue and told Americans to be strong and patient. China hit back with its own 34% tariff on US goods starting April 10. Trump criticized China for not listening to his warning and called it the biggest abuser on trade. EU leaders met to plan their response. Some, like France and Germany, supported strong actions. Others, like Ireland, warned against escalation. Markets worldwide lost trillions. Oil prices dropped below $60. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon said the tariffs could cause inflation and slow growth. More than 50 countries have asked Trump to negotiate, including Vietnam and Japan. At least 20 people died in deadly storms and floods that hit 7 U.S. states since April 2, 2025. Heavy rain and tornadoes caused rivers to rise and towns to flood, especially in Tennessee, Kentucky, and Missouri. Tennessee reported 10 deaths, including from tornadoes and flooding. In Kentucky, a 9-year-old boy was swept away and a 74-year-old died in a submerged car. 3 people died in Missouri, including a 16-year-old volunteer firefighter. 1 death each was confirmed in Indiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Georgia. Towns in Kentucky and Tennessee ordered evacuations as the rivers reached dangerous levels. Frankfort's Kentucky River was expected to crest over 49 feet on April 7th. Cities cut off power and gas to prevent more damage. The National Weather Service warned of major flooding in several areas. President Trump's administration earlier cut jobs at weather offices, leaving many short-staffed. Rain is expected to continue. Many families took shelter, while others lost homes they cannot insure. The damage may increase in coming days. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Jay North, best known for playing the mischievous Dennis on the original Dennis the Menace TV series, has passed away at age 73. He died on April 6, 2025 at his home in Lake Butler, Florida, after battling colon cancer. North was just 6 years old when he starred in the CBS sitcom, which ran from 1959 to 1963. His character, Dennis, became famous for his antics that often frustrated his neighbor, George Wilson. played by Joseph Kearns. The show was a hit and continued to air in syndication for years. After Dennis the Menace, North appeared on various TV shows, including The Man from UNCLE and The Simpsons, as well as movies like Maya and Dickie Roberts' former child star. He is remembered for his kind heart and love for his friends. North is survived by his wife Cindy and 3 stepdaughters. He will be deeply missed. Governor Kathy Hochul announced that the transformation of Sullivan County International Airport is nearing completion and is expected to finish in spring 2025. The project began in March 2023 and received $18.5 million in funding from the Upstate Airport Economic Development and Revitalization Competition. The new terminal, a 15,000 square foot facility, will replace the outdated building and offer modern energy-efficient features. The airport's upgrades include new heating systems, solar panels, electric vehicle charging stations, and improved amenities like a pilot's lounge and conference rooms. These improvements are expected to boost tourism and create 260 new jobs for the local community. The airport's modern design will offer panoramic views of the Catskill Mountains and improve energy efficiency. Governor Hochul highlighted the importance of these upgrades in strengthening New York's regional economies and making upstate airports competitive on the national and global stages. New York City Mayor Eric Adams and Corporation Counsel Muriel Goody Trufant announced that the city filed a federal lawsuit against 9 major distributors of disposable flavored e-cigarettes, which are banned in New York City. The lawsuit alleges that these distributors sold popular youth-targeted e-cigarettes such as pink lemonade and watermelon, violating several federal and local laws. The city seeks to stop these sales, demand penalties, and curb the rising vaping epidemic among middle and high school students. This action is part of the city's broader effort to fight illegal sales following successes in Operation Padlock to Protect, which shut down over 1,370 illegal cannabis shops. The lawsuit reflects continued efforts to protect public health and ensure businesses comply with safety laws. In the future, the city will continue to fight illegal vaping products while supporting legal cannabis operators through financial resources and business assistance programs. Now it's time for global updates. "14-year-old Palestinian-American Amir Mohammed Rabi was shot and killed in the Israeli-occupied West Bank just a day before Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's visit to Washington to meet President Trump. Rabi's funeral was held in Termuz, where he had been living and attending school. His father expressed disbelief at the Israeli Defense Forces' explanation of the incident, saying his son was not involved in throwing rocks as the IDF claimed. Rabi's father criticized the U.S. Embassy for accepting the Israeli military's version of events, despite claims from witnesses and journalists. He described his son's death as a failed execution after multiple bullets hit him. 2 other teenage boys, including a U.S. citizen, were also shot but survived. The U.S. Embassy referred inquiries to the State Department. Asad Ayub Ahmed, another American teen shot, remained in serious condition. The tragic incident highlights tensions in the region as Rabi's father called for an end to U.S. weapons shipments to Israel. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. South Sudan has criticized the US for revoking visas for all its citizens, calling the action unfair. The South Sudanese government argued that the decision was based on a case of mistaken identity. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio had announced the visa revocation, citing South Sudan's failure to accept the timely return of its citizens who were being deported from the US. The South Sudan Foreign Minister stated that the deportee in question was a Congolese national, not a South Sudanese citizen. The government shared evidence with US officials to support this claim. South Sudan's Information Minister Michael Mukuluth called the US actions an attempt to find faults with the situation in the country. The UN had warned in March of a potential return to civil war in South Sudan, and the US has urged Americans to avoid travel there. The Biden administration had granted temporary protected status to South Sudanese nationals set to expire in May 2025. Thousands of Bangladeshi students protested in Dhaka, calling for an end to Israel's war on Gaza, joining a global strike in support of Palestine. The protests, led by students skipping classes, took place across the capital, with the largest crowd gathering at Dhaka University. The strike was organized in response to Israel's actions after breaking a ceasefire agreement with Hamas in March 2025, which led to deadly airstrikes on Gaza, killing over 1,300 people. Gaza's health ministry reports that at least 50,752 Palestinians have died since October 2023, with the toll expected to rise. The protests, supported by teachers and lecturers, demanded stronger action from the Bangladeshi government to address the ongoing violence. The students, along with ordinary Bangladeshis, waved Palestinian flags, carried posters, and chanted slogans expressing their solidarity with Gaza. They vowed to continue their protests until peace is achieved. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Russian President Vladimir Putin congratulated Alex Ovechkin after he became the NHL's all-time top goal scorer, surpassing Wayne Gretzky with his 895th career goal. This milestone was achieved during the Washington Capitals game against the New York Islanders. Putin praised Ovechkin's outstanding record and stated that this achievement was not just personal but a celebration for Russian fans both at home and abroad. In his message, Putin wished Ovechkin good health, success and strength to reach new heights in both life and sports. While the two had not spoken directly, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov confirmed Putin's high regard for the record. Ovechkin has been a supporter of Putin in the past, creating a group called Putin Team in 2017. Russian sports minister also congratulated Ovechkin, calling him a key figure in world hockey and a favorite among millions. Lionel Messi scored, but Inter Miami was held to a 1-1 draw by struggling Toronto FC in Major League Soccer. Toronto, winless this season and near the bottom of the Eastern Conference, created multiple chances, including hitting the post twice in the first half. Messi's first half goal was ruled out after a VAR review showed he had fouled a Toronto defender. Toronto then took the lead with Federico Bernardeschi's goal, but Messi quickly equalized with a low drive from the edge of the box. Miami, lacking fluency, missed chances, including a close-range shot from Luis Suarez. Messi also tested Toronto's goalkeeper with a low shot in the 77th minute. Late in the game, Bernardeschi threatened again, but was blocked by Miami's Thomas Evalds. Miami will play Los Angeles FC in the CONCACAF Champions Cup on Wednesday, trailing 1-0 from the first leg. Coach Javier Mascherano expressed his frustration but focused on preparing for the next challenge. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening, somewhere around the globe and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment, here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feast. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 17,438.64. The NYSE Composite is decreased by 179.97 points or 1.02%. Tokyo stock close price is 31,136.58. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 2,644.00 points or 7.83%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,096.58. The Shanghai index is decreased by 245.43 points or 7.34%. Hong Kong stock close price is 19,828.30. The Hang Seng index is decreased by 3,021.51 points or 13.22%. Bombay stock close price is 73,137.90. The Sensex index is decreased by 2,226.79 points or 2.95%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. President Trump announced US-Iran talks and defended tariffs in meeting with Netanyahu. President Trump warned China of 50% extra tariff if it keeps new 34% tax on US goods. Trump warned against panic as markets crashed and tariffs shook global economy. Deadly storms and floods killed 20 people across the South and Midwest. Jay North, the star of the original Dennis the Menace series, passes away at 73. Governor Hochul announces final stages of Sullivan County Airport revamp. Mayor Adams tackles illegal flavored e-cigarette sales with federal lawsuit against 9 distributors. American teen shot dead in Israeli-occupied West Bank amid Netanyahu's visit to Trump. South Sudan criticizes US visa revocation. Thousands of Bangladeshi students join global strike in solidarity with Gaza. Putin congratulates Alex Ovechkin for breaking NHL goal record. And Messi scores but Inter Miami draws 1-1 with Toronto FC. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all smart TVs and Roku TV, Amazon TV, Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.